Hey gang, if you've got a regular bed and are dying to take advantage of some of the space under there to store more things, but you don't want to put a plastic oversized Tupperware box underneath there, I've got a solution for you. I'm going to show you how to build a drawer bank that'll turn a regular bed into a unified captain's bed, and it's a pretty straightforward project. All right, I'm going to give you a sneak preview of what the finished product looks like. So basically a plywood box, open on the bottom, face frame in walnut to match the bed frame. That slides in place directly underneath the bed. The inch, maybe 2-inch gap on each end, but the drawers are going to just roll in. You see I've got no mounting hardware for the drawers. They just roll in underneath. And that's it. Full unified look and feel. These drawers are sturdy but inexpensive to build. And you can see they've got inline non-swiveling casters on the bottom. So they just roll right into place. Pretty straightforward project. I'm going to show you how to build it step by step.
All right, we're getting things started by ripping our plywood down to size. This is 3/4 inch maple cabinet grade plywood from Menards, about 80 bucks a sheet. And I'm cutting the top pieces, and now here you see I'm cutting the vertical pieces. And here just cutting the vertical pieces to length on the miter saw. I've got my fence set up so that I can cut consistent pieces all the way through. Now I'm cutting dados into the top, and I'm using a 3/4 inch stack and just cutting it carefully so that the plywood will fit in it just snugly. And you can see that dado holds those plywood pieces vertically just very nicely. Those dado joints add a lot of strength to this overall assembly. I highly recommend that, although if you don't have a dado stack, you can use biscuits or even butt joints and it'll be fine. Here I'm cutting rabbets on the outside pieces as well as the back, and that will be to receive the 1/4 inch plywood back.
Every glue up has its strategy, and I'm going to just walk you through a little bit of how I'm going to do this. What's tricky about this is you've got these 4 panels extending up from the, I'll call it the base because it's upside down, but this is the top. So you got 4 panels extending up and nothing to lock these together yet in the glue up. So I need to make sure that every one of these is fully seated into the dado. So to do that, I've got a line drawn on one side that basically disappears when the panel is fully seated. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. If I'm having a hard time getting it to seat fully during the glue up, which is not going to be a problem. It wasn't yesterday when I glued up the other one. So, but I'll have clamps available ready to lock that down. So the other thing that I'm using here are these corner clamping braces. I got these 2 from Rockler. I made these 2 myself. I would say they work equally well. But the idea is going to be I'm going to just clamp it into this bracket, holding it perfectly upright, and that will allow the glue to set up and have this thing be, perfectly squared up, ready to go. So with that, I'm going to take this part, get the glue on there, and start putting it together.
All right, and with all that planning, you'll see that the glue up itself goes very smoothly. Just making sure to get all the glue necessary into those dados and making sure that you get those things squared up so that when that glue dries, you got a square assembly.
All right, now I'm just putting some 1/4 inch plywood on the back to stiffen things up, keep the dust out. And you'll notice I left it a little bit shy, and that's to allow airflow so it doesn't, so that the drawers don't get slow opening and closing because of the vacuum, which I don't think it'd be a big problem, but a little air gap will ensure that it's not a problem.
Now I'm just adding a walnut colored dye to make the plywood match the rest of the bed. This is a great product. I'll give you a link down below. Now I'm attaching a face frame. This is actual walnut, just using some glue and brads.
All right, now I'm just installing some drawer runners on the insides of each drawer opening, and they've got a slight taper where they tuck just behind the face frame, and that's to give me a gentle on-ramp to be able to get the drawer started more easily inside of each slot. And these are just some pin nails.
And here I'm just milling some rabbets on the edges of the drawer pieces as part of a locking rabbet drawer system that comes together so nicely when you take your time and do the setup right.
All right, I'm going to do some assembly on one of these drawers and just kind of show you how it comes together. These are a very slick way to make a drawer. All of the joinery is done with a 1/4-inch stacked dado. You could do it with a saw blade as well, but it's just super slick. Line everything up and you can just crank these things out. This is the way that I make drawers for cabinetry. For furniture I'll do usually solid wood drawers, dovetails, things like that. But these are super simple and extremely strong. I've never had a joint fail. I've probably made all 100 of these over the years in various cabinetry projects, maybe more. And they're just foolproof and very quick. I've cut these little scrap pieces of plywood, cut-offs from building the drawers, and I'm going to install those, one in each bottom corner of the drawer, and the wheels will get installed directly to those. I'm going to just attach these beautiful walnut drawer faces onto the plywood drawer boxes. So a couple things. One, I've got 4 holes drilled already in the plywood box, and then I've got a piece of 1/4-inch plywood that I'm propping up the drawer front on, and then I've measured this out, and I've got spacers for registering that drawer face so that it's evenly split across the gap. The extension is evenly split across the left and the right. For good measure, I'm also going to just throw a little bit of construction adhesive between the drawer box and the drawer face. Not a lot, but just a couple of dabs should do. All right, so get that spacer back in place. And then I'm just using 1.25-inch drywall screws. Woodworking screws would be better if you've got the right size, but these will work fine. All right, now I'm just installing these very sweet antique looking drawer pulls on each drawer. And you could do just kind of a hand cutout on each drawer, making it easy to grab underneath. But this is designed to match an existing pair of bedside tables that have these drawer pulls. So I'm just installing them and they'll work great as well. All right guys, that about wraps this one up. Thanks for watching this all the way to the end. And let me know if you have questions down below. Hope you found this helpful. Hope you'll give it a thumbs up and Better yet, also subscribe to the Tool Metrics channel and come back for more woodworking, DIY, wood turning, power tool related videos. Thanks again.